The National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA, says it will proceed with the appeal of the acquittal of Timothy Omotoso. The televangelist returned to his country of origin, Nigeria, yesterday. Omotoso voluntarily opted to be deported after immigration authorities arrested him in East London in the Eastern Cape earlier this month. Now, the NPA says that the law does not require active participation or presence of an accused person during a court's hearing. It says if the appeal succeeds, it will apply for Omotoso's extradition. Legal analyst Elton Hart joins us now via video link. Elton, a very good afternoon to you. Please help us unpack how this is likely to go. So Omotoso is back in Nigeria, but the NPA says it's pressing ahead with his appeal case. How is this likely to unfold?
No, rightly so. When the NPA is going to pursue the appeal, the accused person does not need to be available at the appeal hearing itself, because what happens now, everything is on record and an appeal is conducted on what's available on the record. So even if he's out of the country, they can still apply for his extradition, and there's an extradition treaty that's in existence since 2004 between South Africa and Nigeria, and it places an obligation on the signing parties, which is South Africa and Nigeria, to actually extradite a person if a state is requesting. So South Africa will be the requesting state and they would be the requested state. And in terms of that treaty, they can then bring him back, so they don't need him. So I don't foresee anything halting the case from actually being pursued on appeal.
So if this ban is then 5 years and the NPA does then get this, this case and extradites him back, how does that work legally?
No, I think immigration and home affairs, like they jump the gun. You can't say you ban somebody from the country without giving him a hearing. They need to give him a hearing first to say that now there is the alternate part, both sides of the story has been heard, and based on that, you are an undesirable person and now banned from the country. Because all in all, the court acquitted him of these charges. And prior to that, he was not really a person that was undesirable to South Africa, based on the evidence that was before us until this case came up. So we cannot say that immigration can now just go and unilaterally decide that you're an undesirable person. They need to also give that person a chance to actually appeal the decision that was taken administratively. So that is a process on its own. But if the NPA brings him back, Home Affairs needs to then relook at how they're going to deal with the situation, because I think a court order takes preference over an administrative decision.
How would you characterize the way in which the NPA handled this particular matter of Omotoso, particularly when we look at the case in which he was acquitted? Because you will understand now there is an investigation that is ongoing around the conduct of the matter.
No, indeed, there is one of this. I think the first prosecutor was in Telwa. He was the person that was on the case, and then obviously he somehow influenced the witnesses, and the judge was very scathing of him in her judgment and saying that the conduct of the prosecutor was unbecoming of a legal practitioner or legal professional in a court setup, and how it was handled, and also the mere fact that you had the complainants. And she said, it's not that she says the complainants lied, that these things didn't happen to them, that they're not credible witnesses. She said that they are credible, but so much so, one has to also look at the cross-examination that was undertaken by the state, in this case by the second prosecutorial team. They never placed in dispute the differences in what the complainants testified and what the accused testifies, and also did not challenge the improbabilities of what the accused charged. So which means technically the accused evidence went unchallenged, and when it's like that, then the court cannot reject the accused evidence just merely because the court feels like there's public pressure and stuff like that. And for me, I think there is a misstep by the prosecutors in actually making sure that the cross-examination was done properly, but also the proper the influencing of witnesses and allowing them to have these WhatsApp groups, which is not allowed in law.
Elton, thank you so much for that. Legal analyst Elton Hart just weighing in on the Omotoso NPA matter.